I have good news and bad news surrounding my Those Eyeshadows update today. So the good news is I have 4 eyeshadow pans to share with you, which is amazing. I'm so excited, especially because this whole year has been so bad for eyeshadow pans, but I've got 4 to share with you today. The bad news is none of them are actually my Those eyeshadows. So I did a full refresh last month, so I kind of knew I wouldn't have any pans this month because all of these eyeshadows were brand new to this project, and to hit pan in a month is a little bit difficult, especially when you're starting from brand new, casually used eyeshadow products. So I really wanted to, instead of coming on here, updating this project and saying, yeah, sorry, I don't have any pans, I want to share some bonus pans at the end of this video that I have hit. Mostly today, I hit 3 eyeshadow pans doing this eye look today. This was a get ready with me. It would have gone live yesterday. It's talking about neglected makeup products. So I wanted to make sure I had some pans to share with you today. So what I'm going to do is do my usual Those eyeshadows update, and then at the end share with you the bonus pans to hopefully make up for the no pans in the main project. But just before we do jump into the video today, guys, if you have not already, definitely like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. It really pushes me in the algorithm, and it means the world. It just means that more people can discover my little YouTube channel here, and it means that I am one step closer to being able to do this full time. I also have a channel memberships that includes an exclusive group chat and a member exclusive video every single Monday. You also get exclusive polls, so you can decide what makeup I wear for the day and all that kind of fun stuff. So if that interests you as well, definitely check that out. Hello to my lovely regulars. I hope you're doing well, and I apologize. I feel like I'm going through the list right now, but I apologize for any audio issues. I've had audio problems for the longest time. I'm slowly trying to work it out, but I do apologise if the audio isn't great in this video. So let's start with Those eyeshadows. I have not used these as much as I wanted to. I've been really poorly this month. I've had a lot of no makeup days. I've also been kind of bouncing around friends' houses this month, so I've had to pack light, and it's just been a really difficult month for project panning in general. So I'm just going to make that disclaimer. I still love all of my Those eyeshadows. I still really like how they look, and hopefully this month I'll be able to get proper use on them. So I'm going to start with my Frozen Dreams eyeshadow palette from the Pastel Roses. I was working on the shade Daydream, and this is what it looked like last month. It is the last shade on the second row. Hopefully you can see it is a really beautiful mauve to green kind of duochrome. It is absolutely stunning, and I absolutely love how this looks. This is what it looks like today. There is a little bit of disturbance in the pan. It's nothing too crazy though. It's definitely nowhere near pan yet, and I've only used it 2 times. So I like to hold this palette this way, but technically it's this way, but it's just kind of difficult to like maneuver, so I'm just gonna hold it like this. This is the shade. I love this shade so much. It is a little bit difficult to incorporate into looks though. That's something that I will say, with it being such an amazing duochrome. It is stunning though. Like, look at that shade. Oh my god, so stunning. And I will just remind you, all of these have been in for just 1 month. I did a refresh, so please bear with a little bit. I've really been enjoying this shade. A lot of videos went out recently where I did kind of like a purpley taupey crease, this all over the lid, and then a blue wing, and you guys seem to really enjoy that look. I did as well. I think it was so stunning, and this, it just makes me so happy. I really want to do maybe like a very subtle look with like these 2 or these 2 shades. I think that would be really cute, and I want to use this palette as a whole as well, but obviously I was ill, I was moving around, and I wasn't doing much makeup this month, so it just wasn't viable. I think, I will say as well, I think I've used these shades more than the amount that I've actually tallied. Because I was away, I didn't really have my project panning book, so I think I have used these more, because I distinctly remember more than 2 looks that I've done with this. this month. However, officially, I can only really say 2 uses. So Daydream is our first eyeshadow. I'm really, really excited to play around with this. It's definitely a very me colour. Even though it is kind of pinky leaning, that bright green reflect is so up my street and I absolutely love it. So I'm going to keep working on this and loving it. The next eyeshadow that I'm going to talk about comes from my Odens Eye Love Language palette. This is in collaboration with Morgan Turner, and I was working on the shade Giggle, which is on the bottom row. It's the second shade in. It's a really nice, very cool toned, purpley, neutrally shade, and this has gone so well with Daydream, which was the last shade that I was talking about. This is what it looks like today. You can definitely see some disturbance in this pan. You can see that it's been used. You can see that it has been loved. However, obviously nowhere near pan yet. I've really enjoyed playing with this palette. I've used this shade as well quite a lot, which is the shade Date Night. I've used these two together a lot of times and really, really enjoyed the looks that I've made. I was really worried that this is going to clash with my Pan That palette. And it has. It has clashed quite a lot. This is definitely more purpley, but I have a very, very similar shade in my That's Taupe palette that, I don't know, I struggle a little bit. I'm going to keep it in for now because I do like it and I love this palette too. It's a really beautiful palette. I'm going to keep it in for a little bit, see if I can get a little bit of love, a little bit of use on it, and yeah, just, I don't want to roll it out straight away. I want to be able to actually use it a bit. I've used this 3 times this month, so 3 times in total because everything was rolled in last month. I will give this a little bit of a swatch. So that is what that shade looks like. Very easy to incorporate into more neutral eye looks, which I think is really perfect. Yes, I love colour, but I also love colourful neutrals, if that makes sense. I'm really getting into those kind of shades, and these two together have been a dream team. I've absolutely loved both of these shades, and I can say with quite a lot of confidence that I'm probably going to be using these two a hell of a lot over the next month as well, as just like an everyday eye look. I think they're beautiful shades together. So I'm going to keep working on this. Not the best progress, unfortunately, but that's okay. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep moving. The next shade comes from my NYX Ultimate Jean Baby eyeshadow palette, and it's the shade 12. It's the last shade on the second row. This is a very, very cool toned pale blue. And again, I was a little bit worried it was going to clash with my Pan That palette, but I have used this a few times. This is what it looks like now. Hopefully you can see there is a little bit of like brush strokes in this, which is amazing because I really want this to look loved and I want this to obviously look used. We're slowly getting there. This is a little bit more of a kick-uppy shade, and I really, really like the shade. I think it's a really, really pretty one. This is more of a neutral blue. Like, it's kind of like a denim-y, like you can kind of incorporate it into neutral looks, and that's what I've kind of been trying to do. I think that this is stunning though. This whole palette is me in a palette. Taupes and blues are my happy colours. If I could combine 2 colours, it would be taupes and blues, and this palette just, it's really, really beautiful. I only have 2 uses written down for this shade. However, I'm sure, I'm positive I've used it more than that, but that's what I've got on my notes, so that's just what I'm gonna say. I'm sure I've used it more though. I think that this would be quite an easy shade to hit pan on because, like I said, there is quite a lot of kick up, and it's a shade that I can incorporate quite a lot. I really love like a pop of blue or a blue liner or anything like that. It just makes me so happy. So this is quite, I think I'm going to really focus on this over the next month. Hopefully get a lot of use on it. Hopefully get at least a dip on it. I am a little bit concerned because none of these shades look like they're close to pan right now. None of these shades look like in the next month I'll be able to hit pan. So I don't know, I'm just a little bit worried about this project, But again, all three of these go together so well. They're all such beautiful shades and I really, really do love them. So I'm happy with my Pan Those Eyeshadows. Something that I said right at the start of this year is I don't want to hate pan. I don't want to get to a point where I'm just using my makeup because I have to hit pan on it or because I have to use it. I want to be able to be inspired but also work on project panning as well. It's a balance that I am a little bit struggling with, and you know, it's fine. We all have little stumbles. This year has been definitely a more chill project panning year and that's okay. Sometimes you need it and that is absolutely fine. So officially only 2 uses, however, I'm positive I've used it more than that. And finally, I have a single eyeshadow to talk about. I decided I wanted to incorporate my singles a lot more in my content, so that's what I'm gonna do. I wanted a single eyeshadow dedicated to this project pan. This is from the Pastel Roses. It is the shade Starry Night, and this was, I don't think it was even used once when I rolled it into the project, or maybe like once or twice, but this is a beautiful blue to kind of purpley taupe shade. This is what it looks like today. Hopefully you can see there is a dip in here, tiny weeny bit of a dip, and I'm really excited about that. This has gone really well with blues and with neutrals and I'm so happy about it. A teeny tiny dip. You know what, I'll take that. This, I was originally gonna say I'm gonna roll in a brand new single every single month. However, I still want to use this, so I don't want to roll it out if I don't feel like it. I still want to use it. I still want to play around with it a little bit. I think this with neutrals, this with any of these colours would just go so nicely. I love all of these shades. I have definitely used these a lot more than 2 or 3 times, 100%, but for the sake of like this video, I don't exactly know how many times each. Like I said, I was traveling, bouncing from friend to friend quite a lot, and I didn't have this tally book with me, so unfortunately I can't officially say that I've used them more than that, but I'm sure I have. I'm absolutely positive. And I love this shade so much. If you like both of these duochromes, you can get 20% off all the Pastel Roses with code CAITLIN20. That's not affiliated. I don't earn money from that. That is just for you guys to get some money off. They're both beautiful shades, and I'm so glad that I am working on some Pastel Roses shades because they're so stunning and beautiful. Okay, now let's talk about some looks that I did. This will be interesting to see if I've done more than 1 or 2 looks. Oh my god, my phone's died. No, that's not what I need right now. I need you to be alive. Well, I know that I definitely did this look. I remember doing this look. This was the look that I was talking about before, the shade Giggle, all through the crease, all through the lid, lower lash line, love it. Then the shade Daydream all over the lid, blended out, lovely. And then a deep blue winged eyeliner, which is just, mwah, love that for me, love it. Oh, that's really annoyed me that my phone has died. Okay, bear with me. I'm gonna charge my phone because I know I have some looks on this phone. Bear with. While the phone's been charging, I've been trying to work on my audio settings and it's still not working. It's still not working. Oh, I don't know how to do audio settings. I don't get it. But I phoned the tech place. I'm gonna bring it in again tomorrow and try my best to do something. So I'm so sorry. Anyway, I found some looks. So the look that I did like this was the like really nice purple and then blue wing. It was this shade Giggle, and then I deepened Giggle out with that super deep purple, this one. So I did this in the crease. Then I used a shade from my Pan That palette for the wing. This is That's Taupe and Blue Moon put together. So blue and taupe palette there. Very, very similar to this palette. So that's the first one. My face looks awful. I just had a fight with Stan, a play fight. So he'd taken all my base makeup off. So just ignore that. Then I did this look. This was my like revenge makeup look, and I really, really liked this look. This made me feel like dangerous, you know? This made me feel cool. And this was done with my Morgan Turner palette. Again, it was the Dream Team, it was the shade Giggle, and it was the shade Date Night. Both of those made this really nice, smoky, winged makeup look, and I thought I looked so cool. I thought I looked so like, oh, dangerous. Like I said, love that. So straight away, they've both had 2 uses. So why have they only got 2 uses? Because I've definitely used them more than that. So then this was a blue look that I did. It was an all blue makeup look, and I used this shade. It's from the NYX palette, the shade 1412. I used this all through the crease, and then I used my single, which is the shade Starry Night, all over the lid, and then I did the same blue wing from my Pan That palette that I used in the other look for this look as well. I felt really, really nice in this look. This look is very, very me. I love a all blue, smoky, glittery, beautiful look. Beautiful. So they're the only looks I took pictures of. I know for a fact I did more though. So the numbers are wrong. So let's jump into the bonus pans. I will be continuing to work on all of those shades over the next month. Hopefully I can get a little bit more use on them. So the first one I want to talk about is actually from my Pan That palette. Now I'm not going to open this palette because you're going to have to wait and see for my Pan That palette update, but I have hit another pan in this, which is amazing. I only have 2 more shades to hit pan on. All of the rest of the shades have pan now, which is so exciting. I'm so excited about this. When I first rolled this in at the start of the year, I thought it would be a challenge, but this is something else entirely. This is so difficult. I have really, really taken Pan That palette to the next level with this project because Colourpop mattes are crazy to try and hit pan on, and I finally hit pan on all of the mattes, which is so exciting. Oh no, but one. Sorry, I've got one more matte to hit pan on. I'm so excited about it though. It makes my heart so happy, and I know I'm not going to finish this palette by the end of the year, but that's okay. I'm learning to be okay with that. As long as I'm just looking at this palette. I'm so sorry. I'm like teasing you so bad right now, but this palette is just so beautiful and I've done so well. So I've got another pan on this. Now let's talk about this makeup look. This is the shade Marshmallow from the Pastel Roses. And can you see that pan in there? Oh yeah, I think so. I think so. This is in my inner corner and kind of blended up into my crease today. And this is a very mushy shade, and I did use a brush. So it has kind of, I don't know what you would call it, dug, I guess, a little bit of a harsh hole in here, but I've hit pan on this today, which I'm so excited about. I need to do more looks in the future just using eyeshadows that are about to be panned, because 3 eyeshadows in one day, I've not done that all year. I've only hit like 4 eyeshadow pans all year, so I've doubled it in a day nearly, which is great. I'm so excited about this. This has been on my eyeshadows I want to hit pan on for a while. I did do a little series talking about eyeshadows I want to hit pan on, and this was one of them. So now I've officially hit pan and I'm so excited about that. And the next 2 come from the same palette. This is the Subculture eyeshadow palette, and I've hit pan on both of these today. So I'll give you a little close up. Look at that. This one's a little bit harder to see because it looks like the pan's got a little bit of like rust in there, but this one you can definitely see I've hit pan on that as well. So 2 new pans, which means I have pan on 1, 2, 3, 4 shades in this palette now, which is so amazing. So yeah, it may have been a bit of a disappointment at the start, but hopefully I've made up for it. I hope so. So yeah, I'm going to keep using these original Pan Those Eyeshadow shades. I'm sure I've used them more than I've said I have, but you know what? It's okay. I hope you have an amazing day today. I hope the audio is fixed soon. I'm so sorry. I know a lot of you guys are saying like, oh no, the audio is fine, but like, I know it's not. But this is it. I'm gonna go. Have an incredible day. Like and subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow for a brand new video. Bye bye.